Comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Etherium, the recently released strategy game from Focus Home Interactive. Now, I know I've already done a video on this particular game, but there's something in particular that I wanted to show, and that's the Conquest mode. That's what we're in right now. Conquest mode is similar to, I think, Star Wars Empire at War. However, I feel like it's a little different than that. I feel like it's not as in-depth. For example, like you don't really build units on this screen. You know, you don't have a lot of the functionality that you have in Empire at War with, you know, how you can have spies and smugglers. There's land battles and space battles. This game has space battles, but you'll see quite quickly that it's not exactly the, you know, space battles you would expect. So just to give kind of a quick idea of what's going on here, essentially you have your fleet, which we have right here. Your fleet conquers territories, it moves, so on and so forth. This region, this planet, Mars, obviously, we already own, so we can't really take it over. But what we can do is we can take our fleet, and let's move it to Desta Fatalis. This is kind of like a blown-up, rocky, ice-type planet. So we have our fleet here. Let's see. Let's attack a territory. So we are going to take. Let's go with this one. The top territory. It's neutral. Nobody owns it. So bam, we took it. Easy. So you also have technology, which you research to give you units in the battles. You still have to build the units in those battles, mind you. However, you research it here first. As you can see, we've got rocket launcher infantry, AT infantry, AP infantry, rocket launcher, standard vehicle, blah, 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 blah. You know, they're pretty simple. It's basic. It tells you what the units do. And every unit is basically different to a degree. Now, some units may seem similar between factions, but actually their statistics, their damage and output and whatnot, are very different between the three factions. So we're going to go ahead and go with, let's go with standard vehicles. That'll be the one. We'll unlock that. Boom, we've got it. We still have one left, but I don't think there's anything we can research at this tier. That only cost one. So we're going to go back, and we're going to end our turn. From my understanding, there's only this Conquest mode, there's only 15 turns in total, and at the end of that, it's pretty much tallied up either who owns the most or who has the most, who conquers all the territories or all the planets wins the game. So, look, somebody just warped in on us. Okay, this is the insect guys, the Vectide Empire. They used a political card. I have no idea what their card is. Mechanation. I don't really know what that does. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on what we're doing. But I am gonna show you when this turn finally ends. Okay, there we go. It's now my turn. I'm gonna show you like what a space combat looks like. It's kind of lame. Like, bam, I fired. They fire back, and we do damage to each other, or we miss. It's kind of lame. At least if they would have had like a little screen or anything that showed the fighting, I would have personally liked that better. But it's whatever, I guess. It's not really that big of a deal, as it were. Alright, so we're going to get that, and we're going to get... Should we get rocket launch infantry? Or should we get a fighter? Let's get fighter. I feel like fighter would be more effective. So, without further ado, let's actually take a look, see, at what invading a territory is actually going to look like. The Vectide took this area, so we're going to attack it. And we're going to see what happens. And see, here on this screen, you can actually choose which map you want to play on. I don't really care, so I'm going to go with the middle one. It seems like the smallest, the quickest, just so I can give you guys an idea of what's going on. Alright, so here we are. Here is our little... base of operations. We're going to go ahead and move these guys in there to take that. I'm going to call in 2 groups of comms infantry. For those who didn't see my previous video, essentially comms infantry are like the capturing units. They're the only ones who can capture territory. They'll build an outpost, and from there you can upgrade the outpost however you see fit. If that be, you know, just extraction, concentration improvements and whatnot, because this whole game is based on this resource called Etherium. Unique, right? Well, basically that little bubble there is Etherium, and that's how you get resources in this game. What I've done at this point is I've actually put my comms guys into airplanes, and they can pretty much fly anywhere on the map from this point while being in here. Now, it does cost resources to do that. It costs 50 per each, so it's kind of a rush strategy in a sense that I've been using. It seems to work pretty well, and yeah, I like it. I like it. To explain why I do it. But yeah, so this is kind of like how I generally start out my games. The few matches of multiplayer that I actually played, this is exactly what I did, and it was very effective against human players. Maybe they just didn't expect it, or maybe I'm just better, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm inherently better at any RTS strategy game. As in my old age, I've gotten shitty. To put it bluntly, to put it absolutely bluntly, but you know, that's not really important. You can kind of tell right off the bat that this has definitely got that Command and Conquer-esque feel to it. Oh shit, look, they're attacking us. So what we're gonna do, I bet they're gonna start attacking that, and we're gonna plop that down right there. By the way, if you notice any lag spikes, one thing I've noticed, I'm using Fraps to record everything that I do. It's really weird because this game isn't like inherently beautiful to any means of the imagination. However, it most definitely lags when I'm recording. I'm actually got it right now locked at a 30 FPS just to maintain that good, at least pretty good quality for you guys, so you can get the basic idea of what's going on. And apparently these guys, they're doing pretty good against us with the Raiders. They're building up points for the Raiders to like them more. So that's interesting little philosophy they're going for. But, thankfully, it will not affect what we're doing at all. Not one bit. So essentially what I've done at this point is I've established a pretty dominant control of the map. I'm moving in my tanks to clear this out because I knew that they would have something here. What the AI is actually trying to do is they're trying to get the Raiders to assist them in basically killing me. It's not a bad strategy, but I don't think it's not gonna help them any. What are these guys? Okay, just standard infantry. I'm not concerned about them. Actually, let's try to draw them to our turret and see if they'll chase us. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. Yeah. Come on, you foolish bastards. Move a little closer, just a little closer. And we'll even call in more tanks of our own. That's actually something I really like about this game. Is the call-in feature. You don't have to wait for units to build. It kind of makes sense if you think about it. These are like galaxy-spanning empires. Why the hell would they be building their troops right there on the battlefield? Why not call them in from the fleets that are right above them? So that's something I really do enjoy about this game, and it makes perfect sense to me. The only thing is you need resources, obviously, to call these guys in. So, I mean, yeah, there's I guess, the whole resource thing, but I guess they justify that by Etherium being, like, the power source needed to fuel the guys getting down here, or something along those lines. So it makes sense to a degree, you know, I'm not going to question it. It's a video game! And holy shit, I'm being attacked in my base and not even paying attention. Well, that's no good, is it? Oh shit, I need more logistics. Oh! Damn! Alright, we'll build the logistics centers back here. That means we can call it, well, we won't be able to call in another tank until after that logistics center has actually built. So our two guys should be more than enough to bring down these gentlemen here. And we'll actually build a repair bay there as well to fix all these tanks that are getting damaged fighting these Vectids. Yes, yes, foolish Vectid mortals! Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. We gotta pull back. They're actually starting to reinforce. They got an anti-tank turret, I think that is. No, that's an anti-personnel turret. Whatever. I'm not trying to, you know, test my luck here. I want to win the battle. Keep in mind, the AI currently is on a lower difficulty, and actually I think those Tyrannic Raiders, or those Raiders, are actually assisting the Vectids now, so that's not very good. That could be a problem. But anyway, what I was trying to say was the AI is on a lower difficulty right now. I'm not trying to beat myself up or put up a challenge. I more just want to show this game off so you guys get a basic idea of what it's all about, why I actually like it. You know, for a real-time strategy game, it's $30, which is really fucking good if you think about it. A lot of people complain about video games being expensive nowadays, which they're right. A lot of video games are super expensive. You know, Grand Theft Auto, for example, is crazy expensive, $60. But of course, that's a AAA title creeping on AAA title. But a quadruple A title is probably a better way of saying that. But you know, the point remains is $30 really isn't bad for a fully fledged out strategy game. My full impression on the actual Conquest mode is kind of derpy. I don't think it's nothing new, and I really don't think it surpasses many games I've played in my lifetime, you know, that do have that type of feature. Honestly, it just feels like Star Wars Battlefront's Galactic Conquest mode, just a little bit improved. So, you know, it's nothing you haven't seen before in terms of, you know, how actual strategy maps, 4X type gameplay. But the battles, the land battles in this game, more than make up for that, in my opinion. I feel like they're actually really good. The gameplay feels incredibly balanced, and that's actually a big thing I like about this game, is it feels really, really balanced, which a lot of RTSs, notoriously, players find ways to, you know, take advantage of that, of supposed balanced games. Take Company of Heroes, how machine gun nests used to be like the thing. You know, just build a shit ton of machine gun nests ever closer. They don't cost population, so you can pretty much spam them and bring down your enemy pretty easily using them. So, you know, and I'm sure people will find a way to make this game unbalanced, but like even the orbital call-ins, like the orbital barrage here, does not feel overpowered. It doesn't feel like it can wipe out an entire enemy force. At best, it can take away about half of a battalion's health. So to me, I like it. It's useful. It doesn't cost resources. It just costs command points, which build up over time. Which again, something I'm very okay with. It makes perfect sense. I'd prefer my call-ins to not cost resources that I could allocate towards troop building. And am I under attack up there? Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, I feel like I've kind of shown the gist of what this game's about. I haven't really gone into detail, like with some of the more advanced units. I'm basically just showing simple units, taking out simple enemies, so on and so forth. And I think you guys get the idea of what this game is about. I hope this has been informative. I hope, you know, if you decide this is a game worth purchasing, you know, go for it. I'm definitely about to go on Steam and recommend it and post this video there to kind of let people see, hey, this is what the game looks like. If you're interested in it, it's pretty good. I like it. And I think it's worth $30. I actually bought it when it was $26.99 because I'm a cheap bastard and I'll take every deal I can get. However, definitely something that, you know, kind of taking a risk on because I don't know if this game's going to be good. You know, it's like Grey Goo. It's very similar to Grey Goo in the sense that, you know, Grey Goo is really fun. I like it. But at best, it's mediocre. It's okay. It's not the best RTS that's ever been played, designed, or, you know, conceptualized to any degree. But it's still really fun, and it has a really good story behind it. So to me, that kind of makes up for it in a sense of just being a StarCraft type strategy game. So anyway, this has been Commissar Bro. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.